The pictures that you saw, that showed how thousands of train passengers were left stranded this morning as a result of an unannounced strike by the Sri Lanka Station Masters Association.
President of the Railway Station Masters Association, Sumedha Somaratna, said the strike will be in effect from midnight yesterday until midnight today for a period of 24 hours. Passenger scuffles were reported from Palugaswava and Kandy train stations as a result of this token strike. The reason for one unruly situation was the decision to suspend the Colombo Badulla train at the Kandy train station.
We were heading towards Badulla from Kuliyapitiya. We got onto the train from Polgahavela. The train was full of people heading home from Colombo. Even when we got on board the train, all of us were inconvenienced. The police were here when we arrived. Railway employees were not here. 30 minutes after we arrived here, they asked us to get off the train. A chaotic situation then arose. The people had to pay for the police buses after that. We wanted to go to Badulla, but there were not enough buses, so we had to sleep at the station.
Several people, including tourists, were inconvenienced due to this.
I think it's a strike. We wanted to go to Ella, but now we need to take the bus. So I don't know what's happening. Everything is closed.
This was the situation at the Fort Railway Station this morning. Train operations from Polgahavela were delayed due to the failure of the train signals as a result of the ongoing token strike. Passengers were severely inconvenienced as a result. The office train scheduled from Kurunegala to Fort was also cancelled.
Station එකට ආවට පස්සේ තමයි දන්නේ ස්ට්‍රයික් කරනවා කියලා. දැන් ඉතින් කොළඹ යන විදිහ යන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් ඉතින් ආපහු හැරලා ගෙදර යනවා ඉතින්.
Our correspondent added that the Anuradhapura railway station was closed due to the train strike. The railway signal in Kaluthara along the coastal line remained inactive due to the token strike as well. Passengers arriving at railway stations in several other parts of the country were severely inconvenienced. General Manager of Sri Lanka Railways, Dhammika Jayasundara, said around 200 train journeys were cancelled today due to the token strike launched by the Railway Station Masters Association. 100 office trains were cancelled due to the strike. However, he added that 80 train journeys will operate today.
We have continuously requested for the train schedule of the passenger trains to be normalized again. The railway department cancelled the night mail and the long distance trains even after the tickets were issued yesterday. This has inconvenienced the general public that hopes to visit their homes during the long weekend. The train stations are seeing congestion with passengers. We informed the relevant authorities, the General Manager of Railways and the Deputy General Manager about this, but there was no clear answer given. They cancel the trains whenever they please. According to the wills of the Railway Regulators Association and the Drivers Association, to oppose this, we launched an emergency strike action.
We have taken the necessary steps to provide what's possible with regard to their demands. Their proposals have been called and instructions were given as well. However, there are some demands, such as the station master of the Kandy railway station was caught hiding tickets in his locker and selling them at a higher price. We have to take disciplinary action against people like that. If not, we cannot maintain a discipline in the department. We cannot fulfill those demands. We have the relevant authorities and given the relevant instructions as well.
Now, there are problems in rural Sri Lanka as well. The Yala season has concluded, while the Maha season is almost over. Farmers say they have been severely affected due to poor harvests. On the other hand, the people have been affected as vegetables are not available in the market at present. Farmers representing the farming community of the country marched from Dambulla, demanding authorities to provide a solution to their problems. The demonstration was organized by the All Ceylon Agrarian Federation.
Farmers of Ambalangoda, Batapola and Babvegama have been severely affected by the fertilizer crisis. Farmers say their cultivations have failed this harvesting season. They are demanding compensation from those responsible for creating this crisis. About 200 acres of paddy fields of farmers in Minipe have been destroyed due to the fertilizer crisis. Farmers say they have received only one type of fertilizer, although the government had promised to give them 4 types.
The Minister of Agriculture, Mahindananda Alutgamage, requests farmers to be patient for 2 more harvesting seasons. In order to reverse this good decision, money was given to the professors of political parties, TV channels, media outlets, and tried to create a different opinion among the people of this country. They even created farmers. This cannot be done easily. It's difficult for these farmers. There may be a decrease in the harvest, but after 2 or 3 seasons, we can do this successfully. We hope to make Sri Lanka the organic garden, but large investment is made to disrupt this. The President implemented this project with a good intention. Various views were expressed by individuals and media organizations trying to misinterpret this. However, we will not change our stance. We hope to overcome the shortcomings next season and to provide chemical-free food to our people. We hope to make this a success.
Farmers of Valsapagala are staging a satyagraha for the 24th consecutive day today. They are demanding authorities to implement the Gazette on the managed wild elephant reserve in Hambantota. Representatives of 86 farmers' organizations are staging the satyagraha near the entrance to the Hambantota port. It's been 17 days since a group of government members, including the Hambantota Mayor Eraj Fernando, had launched a satyagraha demanding the removal of the chairman of the Hambantota Salt Company. The Hambantota Mayor has been involved in a hunger fast for 3 days. He underwent a medical examination today. A protest was staged by the people of Lunuwatta in Uwaparanagama today. They are opposing the intervention of a politician to acquire a land on which a filling station is to be built. The Urban Development Authority had informed the Lunuwatta Cooperative Society to build the filling station. Officers of the Lunuwatta Cooperative Society, the business community and the Three-Wheelers Union had joined the protest.
Anurukumar Dissanayake is the leader of the National People's Power. He says the people shouldn't be afraid of changes to build the country.
In March 2018, the then Auditor General Gamini Vijayasinghe submitted a report stating that Sri Lanka's debt was around 11 trillion. However, the country only has assets worth 2 trillion while 9 trillion seems to be missing. We usually assume the commission is 10%. I mean no disrespect to Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. When I was speaking in Parliament, he was seated opposite to me. I told him that he received $6.5 million from Chinese firms for the elections. I told him that I was in the possession of the checks and numbers. He said yes. When a ruler is corrupt, that is the end of the country. Let us all come together and form a new government. We made a mistake for 5 years. We will not fail this time, and when we want to make a change, they will have a lot of questions. When it becomes normal, there would be issues. The rogues are the ministers, and some of them question our ministers. They are afraid of change. There need not be any fear. This change will take the world forward.
In other political news, former President Maithripala Sirisena, along with all the newly appointed organizers of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, visited the Ranwali Mahasaya this morning and obtained blessings on behalf of their party. Former President Maithripala Sirisena participated in a Kapruk Puja at the Ruwan Valley Mahasaya. We received blessings for our party and for what we hope to organize in the future. We also hope that we as a country will receive the blessings of the Triple Gem and from God, and the solutions will be provided to the ongoing problems of the country that are leaving the general public in distress. The Standard & Poor's rating agency has lowered long-term sovereign credit rating on Sri Lanka from CCC+ to CCC on increasing external financing risks.
S&P said that there is a rising probability of sovereign default scenarios playing out over the next 12 months in the absence of an unforeseen positive development. S&P said the country's external position continues to weaken owing to elevated external obligations and uneven access to financing. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka said that the government is perturbed over the announcement by S&P Global Ratings to downgrade Sri Lanka at a time when the government of Sri Lanka has diligently lined up adequate funds to repay its maturing foreign debt liabilities and its repeated assurances over the strong commitment to oblige its debt service payments, including the international sovereign bond maturing on the 18th of January 2022. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka, issuing a statement in response, states that this move demonstrates repetitive nature in which S&P and other rating agencies acted to initiate rating actions just prior to the settlement of ISB obligations.
By now, another rating agency has downgraded our country. We have been downgraded to CCC status. The loans of the Ceylon Electricity Board, the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation and Sri Lankan Airlines will be removed from the public debt portfolio to show that the country's debt is low. It is because of the gimmicks we do with numbers like this that we are downgraded in the world rankings. Our country is bankrupt. The government hides the truth under the guise of this crisis. The All Ceylon Water Supply and Drainage Workers Union staged a protest today based on several demands, including a need to increase their salaries.
The protest was staged opposite the Presidential Secretariat. The protest was staged opposite the Presidential Secretariat. Protesters said the Water Board was recruiting new employees without giving the current employees permanent appointments.
Routes 101 and 100 Moratua, Colombo Fort private bus operators strike continues for the fourth day today. The strike was launched by demanding the release of 2 arrested bus workers. Passengers have also been severely affected by the strike.
A
house in Kalutara has been damaged following an explosion of a gas stove. A gas stove exploded in a house in Dodangoda, Kalutara this morning, damaging the wall and ceiling of the house. Residents said the gas cylinder they bought about a week ago exploded while in use. In some tragic news, now a Russian national was rushed to hospital after he failed to land safely after base jumping off a mountain in Deltota.
The base jumping mishap had taken place on Wednesday afternoon close to the Kondagala mountain summit in Lulkandrawatta in Deltota. Police stated that the foreigner had made an attempt to land but got entangled to a tree 30 feet above ground and thereafter had fallen, suffering several injuries. The base jumper was admitted to the Kandy hospital while the Galaha police is conducting further investigations into the incident. The area is famous among foreign visitors for base jumping.
Right in sports, it's cricket. Sri Lankan cricketer Bhanuka Rajapaksa has decided to withdraw his decision to retire from international cricket. It comes following a meeting with the sports minister. Reports suggest that cricketer Bhanuka Rajapaksa had conveyed his decision to Sri Lanka cricket, and both parties have agreed on the matter. The 30-year-old cricketer has played 5 one-day internationals and 18 T20 internationals for Sri Lanka. In news from the Dakar Rally, defending bike winner Kevin Benavides was knocked out of contention by an engine failure. At the same time, Pablo Coppetti fell out of contention in quad, losing nearly 8 hours during an 8th place finish. With the latest stories here on News First, we will continue to keep you updated on our website. www.newsfirst.lk is the address. I'll see you soon at 1:55 with more latest stories. Bye for now.